What is good? So, today I wanted to talk about being a human because I am so tired of being a human and just being myself and expressing who I am as a human. And then just absolutely getting completely shit all over for it. And it's okay. It's okay for people to think whatever they want about me. I've heard everything. The issue is that when people try to get you to think the same way about yourself, people try to get you to feel the way about yourself. That is just a projection of what they feel about themselves, and that's what bothers me. That's what bothers me. And at the end of the day, it's okay to be angry about it because I don't think that anybody talks about that enough. I don't think anybody talks about the fact that it's okay to step back and admit what you're feeling inside. Because should you not admit how you feel inside, you're going to find yourself in relationships, you're going to find yourself in penitentiaries, you're going to find yourself in shitty jobs. And I was really honest about how I felt for a really long time, but then it got to a point where it was affecting how other people felt. And when the way that I felt was affecting so many people around me, I just kind of sat back and I watched. And the more that I watched, the more it broke my heart. The more that it broke my heart. And the more that I had to continue to be honest with myself and by myself about everything that I was feeling. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to feel like you don't have anybody. It's okay to feel like nobody is as happy as you. It's okay to feel like nobody is showing up as the best parts of themselves, even when you are trying your best to do so. It's okay to feel all of those things. You are not a bad person. Congratulations! You are not a bad person for doing these things. When you can step up and you can say, this is how I feel, and I think that I'm beautiful for expressing this, the more, let me tell y'all something, because the more that doors will open, the more that opportunities will arise, the happier you're going to be as a person, the more bright and light you're going to feel as a human being when you express how you feel on the inside and you stick to it. Because let me tell y'all something. The people who don't stick to what they feel end up being the same people that will hate you for expressing what you feel on the inside. Bang. So let me tell y'all, I've had a lot of people tell me all about myself. 3, 2, 1 confirmation. And I say, okay, I disagree. And that's what it has to come down to, is you saying, I strongly disagree with you, even though everybody feels the same way as you. That's okay. When it's really you versus the world, you see, when it's really you versus the world, you are forced to see how many people are willing to switch up on you. And that is the hardest part, because sometimes you really have to learn again and again and again and again the hard way. Because let me tell y'all, I know this for lots of people who some hands-on learners, okay? So when you are seeing exactly how people treat you voluntarily, when you are doing nothing, when you are not giving, like over-giving, when you're not over-showing up, when you're not overextending, people are going to show you exactly who they are. And when you finally stand up for yourself and you say, I deserve so much more than this, then that person is going to have no option but to face who they are on the inside. And they will continuously have to face who they are on the inside, because they know that you are not going to compensate for them any longer. And that's okay. That's a good thing. You're not a bad person for that. Congratulations. Once again, you're not a bad person. So it is okay to show up authentically as who you are, fully, without hating yourself for it. Because I know that when I show up inauthentically, even if I think that I'm doing a great job expressing myself, I don't get the validation that I need. I don't get the reciprocation that I need because I am inreciprocative. I am being inreciprocative. I am being inreciprocative of myself. And these are the... Okay, I'm not even going to address that comment. Anyway, see, the people that are going to hate on you are the same people that are miserable with their life. And that's exactly what it is. Because I've been stepping back, and I've been sitting back, and I've been overcompensating, and I've been showing up for so many years of my life that I am just starting to see that that's who I am. Like, whatever, bye. Like, if you really have such a problem with me, then that is all you, bro. Like, I don't care. I do care. But we good. We good. And you can tell Pennywise, okay? Go ahead. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. And this is exactly the comments that I talk about that seem to be in a majority of my lives for no reason. Honestly, because at the end of the day, like, I am so pretty to myself. I don't care who thinks I'm pretty because I know I'm pretty to myself. I don't care who thinks I'm a good person because I know I'm a good person because I had to live with me in poverty. I had to sleep in bus stations. I had to freeze to death. I had to almost starve to death. Like, I had to do all of these things by myself. I had to. So I had to see how I showed up when I had nothing. Nobody else saw that. And nobody else gets to see those parts of me when they sit back and assume who I am just because they want to sit with themselves and not admit who they are. And no, but I do get that a lot because I have BDE. So that's what that is. Why you trying to Netflix and chill? I just got that BDE, baby. Like, that's what that is. Okay, bye. Like, if you feel that way, then bye. Like, if you have truly such a problem with me, go find the dough. Go find the dough then! Like, because you did not get to... When I was starting, you weren't there. Touch it. Touch it. So that's what I thought. And, I don't care. Like, honestly, cool. Go me. Go me. Because I'm so proud of myself. And when you finally get to admit how proud of yourself that you are, it gets so much easier. And now you're just saying stuff to try to get to me. Now you're just saying stuff, but you're still here. But you're still here. And let's read some tarot to clear that energy. Let's go ahead and clear that energy because y'all doing too much in the comments. Now, I know that y'all know that I know y'all doing too much in the comments. Okay, so go ahead and say whatever you want. Go ahead and be mad. Go ahead and be hateful. Because let me tell y'all, people love to hate when they got no hobbies. People love to hate when they angry on the inside. People love to hate when nobody shows them consistently and literally supplies their lifeline. People love to hate when they don't have an outlet who is a person that they can take everything out on. People will love to hate you at that point. So go ahead. Honestly, it's okay. It is okay because I will continue to keep my balance. I will continue to keep my balance through the backlash. I think that's the word. Backlash. Through the turmoil, through the mental turmoil and all of the disbelief of who I am and all of the disturbance and all of the, and that's exactly what's in the comments, y'all. And whoever is going to be in the comments, because I know somebody going to be in the comments cheering me on, y'all. Whoever is in the comments cheering me on, go you. Like, more power to you. And you will get it tenfold. Because you out here also balancing through that same turmoil. And it is really hard. It is really hard when people are so disturbingly disgusting to you. It really is. It literally gets disturbing. It literally gets disturbing. And then you continuously have to sit back and accept that other people will think, okay, let's get into it. Because other people are going to think that you are a variation of yourself that you never were. You never truly were that. You never truly were anything that people insisted upon you. And let me tell y'all something about this. Because people are going to insist the worst. Alright, bye. Bye. Nah, because I'm tired of y'all disrespecting me in the comments. It's fine. Honestly, it is fine if you feel the way that you do. But when you get on here and you disrupt my frequency from my people who I am here to read to, that is the issue. And no, you will not talk to me like that, because I think that y'all forgot you were on my channel, in which I am here to express myself on and reach my people on. So furthermore, there will be no bullying me. There will be no bullying each other. There will be no talking down to each other to make yourself feel better, because y'all could all get the dough. Y'all could all get the dough. Okay? And yes, that's exactly what it is. But when I start getting people who are bullying me so bad that it's distracting me from doing what I am literally here to do, as in talk to my people and show up for my people, 1222 type stuff, then that is the problem, and I will no longer accept that in the chat. No longer. And I was for a while. I let it go because people gonna be rude regardless. Y'all can find somewhere else to be rude. I got so many videos that are not live. I got so many, so many different outlets that are not on my live that you are continuously choosing to watch. Not my problem. Yeah. We're not gonna do that no more. We're not gonna do that no more. And I'm gonna take a minute and I'm gonna breathe for myself, because this is important when people are coming at you sideways. I gotta be 1313, gotta be honest about everything that I am going through in order to show up as my best self to reach the people that I am meant to reach. Because no, I'm not gonna sit here and get bullied on my own channel, y'all. Y'all can say whatever you want. I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to tell you who you are. But I will not accept it. And you will no longer be allowed to comment on my videos. I'm tired of being okay with people's treatment just because I'm an easy target. Because I love. I'm happy. And I'm just so ecstatic to be alive every day. I won't be bullied for that. It's okay if y'all feel what y'all feel. But I won't receive the frequency. I won't receive the interception, because it's not mine. It's not mine. Y'all gotta figure out how to deal with that yourself. And that is the end, y'all. That is the end. Okay, I'm done. I'm over the rant, but that is how I am tired of getting to that point. I am tired of getting to the point where I literally cannot receive my justice because so many people are bullying me in the chat at once. I am a beautiful person. I am a happy person. I'm a loving person. I don't deserve that. And I know that I don't deserve that. So we literally have the Two of Swords, we got the Justice, and we also have the Ace of Wands. And this is essentially boiling down to the fact that you are continuously being yourself and receiving everything that you are through the hardest of times and through the obstacles and through the people that are trying to slow you down and tell you who you are. Because You don't give a frick about how people perceive you. You don't. And that is the coolest version of a human being, y'all. That is the coolest version of a human being. When you can show up as yourself through the turmoil, through the BS, through the this and the that, you can continue to be who you are. Because you know that people are greedy, and you know that people are going to feel the way that they do regardless of if you're begging. Like, this is the thing, y'all, because when you're begging to show people who you are as a beautiful human being over and over and over and over, until it literally it makes your brain soup. Like, tu hace balos. And then your mind is just balls. And then you don't understand anything anymore. It gets to the point where you just say, okay, like, perceive me however you want, because I know where I sit. I know where I sit. I don't really give a frick about where I stand to you. I give a frick about the truth. And the truth is that you have perceived me, yes, yeah, literally. You have perceived me as this exact replica of everything that you have been on the inside for so many years, that it's gonna have to fall eventually, because it is built on a place of instability and weakness. So y'all can take that to the bank, because you already know that you're rich. You already know that you have everything that you need. You already know, here's the thing, you already know that you stand at a point with the universe where you're looking out into the distance and you're saying, you know what, I knew this was going to happen, and I tried to prevent it for as long as I possibly could by being unacceptable to my own emotions. This was literally a prolonging of what is inevitable. And what is inevitable is that you are going to lose all the people that are not good for you. You are going to step back from these people who are using you, from these people who are judging you, from these people who are communicating to you who they insist that you are, because they were heartbroken and they were stabbed in the back. Oh, y'all. And they were made to feel like they don't get to be where you are, because they don't. Honestly, like, regardless, these people are not going to get and receive the beautiful reapings of the garden that you have grown and grown and grown and grown for so many years. They won't get that, because they haven't been doing that for so many years. Oops. One second, y'all. Alright. So, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to be like family friendly, and it's just not working out. I don't know what it is. I am trying to be family friendly, and it's really just not who I am, I think. I just don't think that's who I am. Oops. And I threw that card on the ground, so that multiplied it. No, it's like completely just uplifted the whole meaning of it. And I know who I am perceived as, but I think I'm beautiful, and I think I am equally expressive. I am like just this happy medium of being a human being, because I am honest. Here's the thing. I am honest about everything that I feel. I am honest about when it's hard. I'm honest about when I'm happy. I'm honest about when I'm sad. I'm honest about when things aren't right. I'm honest about when things are in balance. And this is why you have to get to the point where you are stepping back from the people. And that's funny, because I just happened to put that card on these two other cards. When you step back from the people who are judging you and telling you who they who they insist that you are, so that they don't have to hold the energy that they are. Because this is the energy that they are. Now let me tell y'all something. Because people are going to show up in your life and they're going to try to take everything that you have. And when you sit on your throne and you say, this is who I am, and you are either going to respect it or you're going to have to get away from me, then they don't like that. They don't like that. But you are going to find somebody who is going to be reciprocative of this energy. You're going to find somebody who is going to, and I don't do love readings. Now, I don't do love readings because I've been down on my own luck for a minute. And that is okay, because I had to learn a lot of lessons. Like, I had to learn what love was. Like, that was the thing, because I was so busy learning about what love is not, that I forgot that I was like putting all of my energy into learning what love isn't. I forgot. That part is on me. But I do tire of taking so much responsibility in relationships. Because I will show up and say, you know what? I understand why you are the way you are. You know what? I understand why people have treated you this way. You know what? I am here to compensate for the people that have treated you poorly. 2131. And let me tell y'all something, because I was just talking about the fact that people are going to show up and mimic your reflection. Now, this is what people don't talk about, y'all. Because people are going to show up and mimic who you are to the best of their ability. And to the best of most people's abilities is not very good. You know, so you gotta think about the fact that most people don't know how to reciprocate. You gotta think about the fact that most people don't know how to show up and be their most authenticated self. You gotta think about these factors, because when you are communicating with people and you are showing up 22 and you are being the best version of yourself that you possibly can be when you are afraid, then you got to remember that these people are going to reflect only your insecurities and only reciprocate their own insecurities with you. What I mean by this is that it's not cool. The way you gotta think, okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. You gotta think about the fact that people are only going to reach you where their level of, I want to say hypocrisy for some reason, where their level of truth lies. So I think what I mean by hypocrisy is where their level of their ability to take in how awful you can truly be. Like, people will try to make you think of yourself as something so horrendous because that's all that they are able to conceptualize of you. They are physically incapable of conceptualizing the idea that you could possibly be a good person because they don't feel that way about themselves. And that's okay. And that's okay. Because if you can sit back and you can say, well, I'm sitting on my throne, and, and this is so good. Wow. Okay, let me stop right there, because I won't stop if I don't stop. You know what I mean? Okay, so basically, first and foremost, this is what I want to talk about right now. Because y'all have been sitting on your throne for so long that it's like directly reflecting exactly who you are, and people are trying to take that spot of yourself. If this makes any sense, now hold on, y'all, because it's going to get a little bumpy. So let me tell y'all something. You are basically reflecting to yourself who yourself is. And now people are going to show up and try to convince you that they have worked hard in order to let go of everything that you have let go of up to this point. They are literally going to be giving you all of these alternatives of reasons that they are exactly who you show up as. because they want to make you believe that you are not worth the blessings that already are yours. Woo! That already are yours, y'all. And let me tell y'all something about this. Because at the end of the day, people are going to try to make you feel that you are undeserving of your own blessings because they want to show up last minute and steal them from you. When you are right at the finish line, when you are right at the finish line of receiving everything that you are worthy of, receiving everything that you are capable of, receiving everything that you are deserving of, they want you to look at it and say, you know what, I don't deserve this. Let me double it and give it to the next person. Just because of solely everything that I went through. Because if I had to go through all of that, then what would be the point in me receiving my blessings when I got to receive something that nobody else in my past did? What would be the point of that? Well, because you're uncomfortable. Honestly, let's talk about that. You're uncomfortable where you are right now. And it's gotten to the point that you wanted to reside in your comfort zone for such a long time that you forgot you were in the zone, y'all. You forgot you were even in the Twilight Zone. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Now it's time to get the fuck out. It is time to leave, y'all. Because let me tell you something about the Twilight Zone. It does not go up in here, okay? It does not go up from here. When you are at rock bottom, it is going to get worse somehow. It is going to figure out how to get worse. Now, let me tell y'all something. You're going to tap a nail into the wall, and the wall is going to bleed. And then when the wall starts bleeding, it's going to all fall off. Like, the wall is just going to fall off. Now, stay with me. This is some Twilight Zone type stuff. And then when the wall falls off, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Something ain't right. And then when your house starts talking to you, you're going to be like, no, you know what? I'm just in the wrong dimension. I'm just not in the right dimension, y'all. Now, let me tell you something about being in the right dimension, because I'm not supposed to talk about this. I just felt interference as I said that. But the truth about being in the wrong dimension is that when you are a good person, when you do everything for yourself that you can, and you continuously show up for others when you can, you will not get reciprocated. Because it is literally designed for the odds to be in your disfavor, not be in your favor. It is literally designed for the odds to ever not be in your favor. Because you are in the dimension where your magic is being intercepted. Woo! I was not even expecting to say that. And I be feeling really off sometimes. I truly do. I be feeling really off sometimes because I know I'm getting held back. I know that I am not only holding myself back, but my magic is literally being watered down. Like, it is literally being intercepted. And it is getting to the point where I'm surrounded by kryptonite. I'm surrounded by kryptonite. And that really hurts my heart to say. Because I never wanted to admit that the people in my life that I love so dearly are hurting me so poorly. Never was planning on admitting that unless it literally got to the point where it was killing me. And I told myself I wouldn't admit it until it got to that point. And it is thoroughly at that point, y'all, where I am not okay. I'm not okay. And I need to be honest about the way that I'm getting treated. Because people are going to try to get away with it for as long as they possibly can until you say no. Until you say, I physically cannot show up as the person that is going to feed your ego because my ego died. Like, I have nothing. My ego is dead. I have nothing because emotionally and spiritually, I'm detached. I am dislocated from this dimension because it is not reciprocating my energetic bounds. And I don't have enough space to literally show up as myself and express my gifts. Isn't that the issue that we have? Isn't that the issue that we have as magicians? Yeah, I mean, you really start looking at at yourself and thinking that you just are incapable of being magic. You really start questioning magic as a whole, and this is that energy. This is that energy, y'all. Because this is the energy of not seeing yourself. This is the energy of not sitting with yourself and accepting everything that you already have. Excuse me, let me reword that. Accepting everything that you are capable of receiving. Because I think that most people in this world, in this dimension, have this gift and they don't believe that it is their own, so they just don't want to use it. They believe that it is projected onto them by the people that they are surrounded by. But the people that you are surrounded by are only siphoning off of this gift. They are only using this gift because it's making them feel better about what they did to you. So when you start to look at your own life, you start to say, you know what, dang, because I'm kind of going in this circle of trying to show up for people that just are emotionally unreciprocative of myself. And when you finally step back and you say, I really am not going to be the version of myself that I need, should I not allow this old version of who I thought I was to leave? You're never going to receive everything that is meant for you if you classify and associate yourself with the people who hurt you, with the people who will not be receiving your gifts with you. Because, therefore, who is going to be receiving them? Who is going to be receiving the gifts that you are deserving of wielding? Should you just not receive them? Okay, so these gifts are going to be fractioned out to the people that you are surrounded by because the universe knows that you love them and you're putting energy into them. Stay with me. And this energy is absolutely the energy that you deserve to be spending on yourself. So when people are surrounded by you, as I said, the universe is aware of that, and you are putting all of this energy into these people around you. I feel the need to repeat this, and when you're doing this, you're showing the universe, like, I really care about these people, and I want them to have this energy, because, you know what, maybe I'm just not deserving, or maybe I haven't given them enough, or maybe they just didn't get enough. Let me tell you something. You don't deserve to show up and give people this lump sum of energy just because nobody else gave it to them their whole life. You don't deserve it. You don't need to be everybody's ray of sunshine. You don't need to be everybody's niche, if you will. You don't need to be everybody's acceptance letter. That is the word yes, that is exactly what I meant to say. You don't need to show up and be 3322. You don't need to show up and be exactly who everybody needs you to be just because you know that you're going to be okay. Just because you know that you're going to move on regardless. Just because you know that they don't give themselves the affection that they need. This doesn't mean that you need to blind yourself and try to walk in the dark about it. Because you're only blocking yourself from your own blessings. And this is something I keep hearing. Because you have gotten so used to being detached. You have gotten so used to being unfortunate. And you have gotten so used to living in poverty and having just about nothing for yourself. Well, this is the equivalent energy of showing up for everybody around you and trying to be the best version of yourself for them. Because you're thoroughly aware of the fact that they don't have what they need. Okay, so neither do you. And this is not about being selfish. Let me make that very blatantly obvious. This is not about the fact that, everybody is telling you that you're selfish. This is not about you believing that you're not being enough for others. This is literally about the fact that you never got what you needed from other people, and you are continuously showing up to give it to people who don't get what they need either. This is not selfish. This is selfless. You are being selfless. And this is another thing that people don't talk about. This is another thing that the villain era is not kind of correlated to and associated with. Because when people say, I'm in my villain era now, girl, you just said no 2 times. You said no 2 times in your whole life. And one was to the store clerk because you didn't want your receipt. Like you never have said no. And it's okay to do that. It doesn't make you a villain. It doesn't make you evil. It doesn't make you a super villain, bro. To say I'm good off that. To say I'm good off that does not make you a bad person. It makes you honest with who you are. That's what it makes you. That's what it makes you. Because when you can say, you know what, I don't really have the energy for that, because not only am I unreciprocated as a human being, I just literally don't feel myself. I just don't feel myself, because in this energy that I have been submitting to and accepting, I've been completely stunned of what I've been the whole time. And what I've been the whole time is patient and appeasing and balanced and okay with this treatment of mental, I want to say mental incapacitation, but it's essentially just mental hardship and mental turmoil, and these people trying to project all of this energy onto you that is untrue. That is only reflective of who they are on the inside, that was projected onto them for so many years. Because yeah, maybe people didn't treat them right, maybe people made them feel away, maybe people blah 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 blah. But I mean, come on. After the 8th time of you showing up for other people and them telling you that you should have because of some sob-ass story that they've told you 8 times in a row, I mean, doesn't it get a little tiring hearing the same thing when you do something kind for somebody? When you show up and you're honest about what you're doing for other people, and you say, you know what, I really don't feel like I'm getting appreciated, and I really don't feel like I'm getting reciprocated, it's okay. It's okay to say, I don't really want you in my life, because you're going to contribute to the disaster and the falling away of my own power. And on top of that, you're going to negate and take from who I am capable of being with somebody else who is deserving of me in the first place. Therefore, dropping this baggage, leaving it behind, with the person that tried to put it on you in the first place. And this card always makes me think of just conformation of society. And when people are conforming and they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that, to project this onto you and try to make you do the same thing. It's that point of confrontation that you will refuse to take part in. And that is the beautiful part about it, because we always have the option to say no, right? We always have that option. Always. And I frigging love that. I think it's so beautiful. And it is one of the most beautiful parts of life, the ability to say no. I think that is something to really celebrate. And when people try to take that away from you, take that literal communication with yourself away from you about what you have and about what you are capable of farming in order to receive everything that you are dreaming of that is not quite coming to fruition at this second, but has no choice to, because you are continuously choosing yourself in this rock in a hard place. And that is the last card, and that is how you know. That is how you know. That's all I'm gonna say. That is how you know. That is how you know, because that is exactly what I meant to say. All of that. That is exactly what I am talking about, y'all. Because I'm tired of showing up as the best version of myself. I am tired of showing up as what everybody else needs. I am tired of being the person that people need in a group of other people, because I am capable of keeping the party going even when I don't feel good about myself. I'm tired because people always want to tell me that I'm the worst version of a human being, when all I want to do is express my gifts, when all I want to do is break the worst parts of myself and break the cycle of insanity. Because yes, I'm a human being. Now let's talk about this. Because I am intending to break this cycle of insanity that is in relation to accepting the way that others treat me through the worst of times. I will be going through the worst instance, right? And I will allow my guard down for people who are greedy. And this is the thing, because when you have accepted who you are and you have received the justice within yourself, and you're just waiting to receive it externally, and people treat you a type of way because of that, it's going to make you feel a little friggin' crazy. And that's okay. It is okay to be a little angry. It is okay to get mad. It is okay to friggin' 41. Go a little friggin' crazy if you need to do that. If that's what you need in order to get over this person that treated you awfully, then do that. But don't sit back and wait for them to apologize to you when they don't feel like they did anything wrong. Because the longer that you wait, and the more that you think you're going to receive this thing that you're waiting to receive, the more that you're prolonging your own justice, and the more that you are prolonging your own justice to feed the ego of people who only intend to make you feel worse about yourself, when you are letting the guard down for them that you have built because of the way that people treated you in the past already. I mean, this is just a vicious friggin' cycle, isn't it? This literally is a vicious cycle of you just continuously saying, you know what, maybe I'm not as bad as they are implying of me. Maybe I'm not as bad as they are implying of me. Because I just never really got space to express myself, because my talent was always used to friggin' fix light bulbs. And fix the fact that other people were not showing up for themselves the way that I am for myself. It is okay. It is okay to be in between that rock and a hard place and say, I'm still deserving of the very thing that people tell me that I am never going to get. So keep it cool, kind of classy. Because if you're trying, that's all you can do. Don't let people tell you that you're not trying hard enough, or that you're this or that you're that. Because it's okay if they feel that way. But if you start sinking to their level just because of who they tell you that you are, it's just going to get worse. And you're just going to be trying to fight fire with fire. And you're just going to be you're going to be fighting and begging for this person to listen to you about who you are. And that's not cool, man. Because you can sit back and listen to people tell their sob story all day. And you can say, I'm sorry that I'm not the person that you need. Like, I'm saying, like, you can show up and you can be sorry for this person all that you want. But if they don't know how to be sorry in return, it's not going to work out. It won't work out, because what about when they need to show up 4422 and apologize to you? What about when they need to show up and express humanity with you? What about when they need to show up and be a human being with you? It's not going to work. 44, because you know that inside you are everything that They fear about themselves, and that's truly what it comes down to. Because when you are with somebody that is dark, and that is this, and that is that, and I just had the devil card pop out, y'all. When you are surrounded by these people, it directly, in some instance, is a reflection of yourself, because it is reflecting everything that you were afraid of being the whole time. Like when you have like a dangerous person in your life, or if you have like a scary person in your life, or like just depressed person, typically it is reflecting everything that you think that you are. And when you find out that you are not everything that you thought you were, life gets so much lighter. And it is time to let that baggage go of thinking that you're somebody that you're not. Because when people are consistently telling you this, there's only so many years that you can be told the same thing until you just don't agree with it anymore. Until it just doesn't resonate with you anymore. Until it just simply no longer phases you.